So we got our tranny stacks all put back together. Here's our pinion, and this is a keyed or a spline fourth gear, so I got to press that on and put the keyway on it in the morning. And this is our first gear shaft. This, that's how the slider should work. You know, you want it to be nice and free. Now this one coasts. So that's second, that's fourth, first, second, third, and fourth. Now we're in third, fourth's coasting. Now we're fourth's engaged, third's coasting. And this stack works the same way. It's got a slider that works first, second, and reverse. The actual reverse gear is part of the slider. So that's first, second's freewheeling, second, first, second, first coast, that's reverse, that's first. When you take these the sliders apart, you want to make sure you mark them and put them back together the way that you took them apart. There's 3 dogs and a retaining wire on each side. Well, there's only 3 dogs, 2 retaining wires, and you want to make sure that you take a Sharpie and mark the hub, and you mark the outside slider so you can get them back in the same place, and it makes it shift a little sweeter. When you look at the factory Volkswagen videos, you'll see that there's guys and they basically build these stacks like this, and then the training guy comes along and pops it all together. So yeah, so that's that. I got my nose cone dry in here. I got it all fingerprinted up. I had to put my shift forks back in there, so I got the detent balls in there and the shift forks installed. We got our side pieces cleaned up. These are the diff retainers. This is what sets the pinion depth, or not pinion depth, but ring gear backlash on a bus. Those screw in on the case. There's our case right there. We got it all cleaned up, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to assemble this thing. That paint just didn't want to dry, and I made up some paint for our motor today, our 1600, and Hans got some sheet metal blasted, so he'll get that finished tomorrow, and me and Hans will get that painted tomorrow for sure. It was a pretty rainy day here today. We were without power for part of the day, so yeah, tomorrow we'll get this one buttoned up, get the fan housing on it, get the cylinder tins on there, some valve covers, push rods, and some rocker arms. And I think we still got to put an oil pump in this. So hopefully we'll get this one done by the middle of the week. And then we have a transmission that goes with this motor. It's in the backyard. We have to rebuild. It's another bus box. So we'll do that. And maybe I'll get a little more video coverage of the bus tranny next time. I just basically, a bus tranny is exactly like a car. You know, it's got a spline fourth gear. It's got a few different things in it, but you can see how small that pinion is. This is like a 513 ring of pinion. And we were able to get a brand new German pinion bearing for this. Needed a pinion bearing. So got that on there, and it even says Germany on it. So I thought I'd show that to, there's my shims. Well, you can't see it now that it's installed, but it did say Germany right on it. So that's pretty good. It's real sweet. So this should be a nice little tranny here. And got 2 left after this one. Well, actually 3. Got another. We got that freeway flyer back. Pieces of it anyway. Pieces to make one. Need to get another case. A double side plate case. But yeah, so we'll get that made. And we got these 2 bus boxes. And I think this guy might have one more bus box. The dude that owns this tranny brought this in, and he's got another tranny he wants built. He actually had 2 of them. So I misplaced a synchronizer somewhere. But those are his old ones, and They don't look too bad. One of them actually looked pretty new. This one here. But I went ahead and replaced it anyway. We were in there, you know. So there you go. That's that was the 4th gear one. It looked pretty nice. This tranny had been rebuilt once before. Not too many miles on it. It had a lot of sludge in it though. A lot of gear lube deposits. And one little tip: if you're washing a tranny, you don't want to use dishwashing detergent with tranny oil. It causes a bad reaction and it'll eat the aluminum case. So I don't know what's in it and why it doesn't like it, but it'll turn the aluminum black and burn your hands. So there you go. Still can't shift it with one hand. Got to stand it up, but it does shift pretty sweet, and I think this one will work good. So it ought to work. It's a Volkswagen, right? So there we go. We'll get these motors buttoned up. Got one piece of sheet metal there done, I see. So that's what he got done there. So we still got this pile, but we got to buy some parts for this. I need some fuel line and some a belt and stuff like that, a battery, and I got to do some wiring on it. And I was trying to get some of this other bigger stuff cleared out. So we got to get a flywheel on here, set our end play, all that good stuff. And I think I've already done an end play video, so there's no need to do one of those again. But yeah, that's about it. Didn't do a whole lot today. Just hung out, you know, and watched it rain, sitting there in the dark again. It's getting to be a regular thing. Had a big tree break right up on the main road there. It was right down the street last time, and this time it was out on the main road, but it still took our power out. So there's still some people without power, so I'm not bitching. So yeah, let me go ahead and turn this off, and we'll get back on that 1914 too. I haven't heard any good news on the push rods yet, but when I take this tranny back tomorrow or the next day, I'm sure they'll have something, because then they'll owe me money. So you know, they'll want to give me some parts or something. So boof, boof. All right, let me go inside, upload this. I made you a rain video. Maybe I'll upload that, and I won't be making any more of those politic videos, but I had a good response from that one. 41 comments. That might be a record. I don't know. If I answered all those, it'd be 80 comments on that page. So politics definitely gets the imagination going. And you know, I saw Yahubin's reply, and Yahubin, I saw your email, man, and I would love to have you as a guest. You know, if you'd like to come, that'd be great. I'd love to have you, and you know, hang out with you for a couple days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever you can stay. And as we get closer to the car show, you know, some of you guys that if you can, you know, volunteer some time or whatever and come a little early and help get organized for all this fun stuff that we're gonna do, you know, that'd be cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to you coming down and working with you. But what was I gonna say? He mentioned that he stopped worrying about things that he couldn't change, and that was my answer for a long time. I had a friend that used to, you know, open my eyes up. My eyes were open a long time ago. I can tell you a story. We were at the Gator Nationals back in the 80s, not 80s, 90, 95, 96. And a friend of mine is pretty high up in the Army Reserves, and they were having some exercises, some tactical maneuvers, and we were all standing at the fence, and he's the ammunition officer, and basically he has to make sure that their weapons are in a working order, and there's ammunition, you know, to do the drills and what have you that they plan. And he told me that he was getting a check to go buy some bullets, and we about fell over when he told us that. And we asked him again, what do you mean? And he goes, oh, we got guns, but we don't keep any bullets. So that sort of was disturbing, knowing that our National Guard has to go purchase the bullets to put in their gun to do exercises with. You know, you would have thought that they had that ammo at their ready, but no, not the case. And you know, he was constantly telling me about New World Order and you know, this and that, and you know, about the Fed and about this and that, and it just becomes more than you can handle. And I understand Ruben's answer completely. You know, when you have kids, you don't want to be negative and think about that stuff all the time, but on the other hand, you don't want to close your eyes to it either. You know, you have to be aware of what's going on. And it's sort of scary when you have kids. You know, you don't want them to you know, think that they're growing up at a disadvantage, and you'd like to think that they're not, and things are going to change. And you know, maybe they will turn around. There's a lot of good people out there. You know, there's a lot of bad, but I think there's a lot more good people. And you know, I don't know what it would take, or what it's going to do, you know, or where we're going with this craziness. But you know, sooner or later, something's got to give, and we'll all see it together. That's one good thing about making friends, you know. We got the connection with the YouTube Garage. We got people all over the country, so, or, you know, our country anyway. So if stuff does start to happen, you know, we have a pretty good network of people out there that can, you know, let us know. So I'm glad when, I guess when the time comes, you know, the internet won't be working, and would be my guess. So I don't know. You know, it is a lot to think about, and I'd much rather think about cars and stuff, you know. That's what I like to do. Just put her out in the garage and pass the days with the cars. It's much easier to wrap your head around. So yep, that's where we're at. Did I show you all this? Yeah, reprimed all this and got this all cleaned up, and it's looking good. Some Metz Prime, some 2K on there, and yeah, I don't know if anybody has ever seen this on a big block before, but I was told that they put that on big block cars. I don't know if that's true or not. Anybody knows, let me know. This little piece of metal right here. It's welded on both sides of the frame rail. This car's got frame connectors on it, and all that good stuff anyway. And none of that stuff's rusty or anything. This is just some shitty weld work, and where I took the shock out. The shock used to be right here. I took that out and clearanced it so we're a bigger tire. Mini tubs, I guess, before they had mini tubs. So there we go, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off, keep it short, and maybe tomorrow we'll get into some work and get this pushed outside. I got that Ranger, I need to get in here. But I can't paint in here unless it's not raining, you know, because I can't put these Volkswagens outside. Got bare steel over there. So that's where we're at. Hopefully we'll get the Ranger in here and get it painted, and he can pick that up. And then the same guy has the Monte Carlo SS, and apparently this guy gave him this truck. Look at humidities, man, a little wrapped up there today. 79 degrees with 100% humidity. So breathing water. Anywho, this guy got this truck, and the deal is that somebody was supposed to weld a floor pan in this Monte Carlo SS, and they cut part of it out, and I guess they got the floorboard or whatever, you know, it needs to be welded in, grounded, fitted, all that stuff, and basically he's supposed to do that and get this truck. So now I'm going to paint the truck, and hopefully we get paid on that, and then we'll have to do this floor job for him too, so he can get a title for the truck for his daughter. So hopefully that would just be an in and out job, you know, 1 or 2 days, you know, a little bit of welding, and yeah. So that'll be good. I got rid of that Grand Marquis the other day, so that's gone. So the yard ornaments are thinning down a little bit for sure. And hopefully we'll get where we can just work on these trannies and these motors, you know. It's getting to be busy season for the Volkswagen stuff. They start popping like flies when the heat comes. So yep. So thanks for watching. Thanks for all the comments today on that video. And you know, didn't expect that kind of response, but I don't know why I would expect anything else from the guys in the garage. You know, you guys are a pretty intelligent bunch, and I noticed that I got a lot of views from a lot of new people too. So some guys maybe that have been watching that really aren't in the cars, but we hit a nerve, you know, with something that they're into. So that was pretty cool. And we'll talk to you guys later.